Dr. Stone is always so innovative with what they create in terms of inventions. So what do we get this week, Senku? My boys, we got this. Pull up that sound effect. That's what he made.
てか100億%わかんねえわ。
次回ドクターストーンすっごいそそるんだよこれは。
What is going on, guys? My name is DJ Miles, and I'm here to review the latest episode of Dr. Stone. This is episode 20, The Age of Energy. And before we begin with the review, as always, you can go ahead and do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to my channel for more anime content down the road. And here we are after some high impact episodes this week. I guess this is definitely the calm before the storm, or as Tsukasa was saying earlier, winter is coming. So let's go ahead and relax because spring is when the full on war will commence. And again, I don't know what is it with the winter is coming this year in 2019. Game of Thrones has kind of ruined that for everything. What do we get here this week? Because we need to create a smartphone. And I do love how immediately he's like, yeah, remember how we ended that episode on a high note? Well, yeah, I'm just kidding. We can't make smartphones, but we're gonna make a telephone. Let's go ahead and talk about the cotton candy stuff because Dr. Stone excels in one thing, that is humor and comedy. And the cotton candy machine is of course created to make thin strands. And what's the thin strands eventually going to be used for? That's going to be used for thin coppers with the gold that they have acquired. I do like how this show, although it is educational, it is like a science experiment. There is trial and error. You know, he had his little hypothesis, and that's why he wanted to make the cotton candy work. This is why I like Dr. Stone. It's so educational in how they go about making things, and even though Senku knows what he has to make, he can't start up on step 10 without figuring out or how to make even step 1 and 2 first. When there's moments where Jinro and Kinro can't really produce thinly piece of cotton candy. I do love how Kohaku is like, oh, just use your brotherly bond, because just like any anime shonen trope, the power of friendship is always there to prevail, but it won't work for this. So what did they end up doing? They go ahead and acquire a gear, and you got to give it up for Chrome now. So Chrome, even if he stumbled upon this accidentally, he knew, oh wait, if I do this and do this, I can create a gear, which led to the water wheel. So kudos on Chrome. Chrome is learning on his own without the help of Senku. I do like that moment, how Senku is surprised because of it. And I think it makes Senku proud to know, even if I'm not here, just the fact that people are just curious and wanting to learn is such a fantastic point that Dr. Stone emphasizes a lot. You know, I cannot talk about this review without talking about Homura, because last week, although we don't see her mouth closed, we definitely don't see it closed this week. There's even a moment when she tried to close her mouth and that shit is still like this. Anyway, so why am I talking about her? Because there is a moment in the episode when Senku's like, hey, you know what? Let's give her some cotton candy, because if we give her some cotton candy, she might reconsider her allegiances despite her gratitude to Hyoga. What do you think is ultimately the plan from all that? Well, Senku did mention it earlier that, and it's a pretty good one if I do say so myself, if we share this cotton candy, maybe some people from Tsukasa's side might roll on over to our side, which I think will happen because we see how these big brutes lack intelligence. So if you just give a caveman some sugar, I'm sure he'll do whatever he can to amount more of it, which now makes you think, oh man, cotton candy in the Stone Age is probably the equivalent of heroin and crack cocaine for these people if they have never dived into sugar. So I do like how they play with that. And will it happen? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below. I think Senku's plan with the cotton candy will definitely convince others. I think it's definitely going to convince Homura of all people, which will surprise Hyoga down the line when we get to the epic clash towards the end of season 1. Because Homura, I think they showed like a little flashback of like, oh, these people are evil. Well, if they made this cotton candy, I don't know. They seem like they're just kind of doing their own thing. I don't see why we even need to attack them. If anything, let's just kind of put our forces together and actually build a civilization. So I think we might actually see some character development out of Homura. But until then, I guess that mouth isn't going to close. So, you know, feel free to do what you want with that. Quickly, I just wanted to mention that Yuzihira and Taiju, they might be called out now that they know that Senku was alive the entire time. And they might be spies, but Tsukasa, because he is intelligent, is like, well, let's just not let them know that we know about Senku, so we'll act a little coy right now. The episode wrapped up again with Senku acquiring the chidori sound effect, and man, I do love how they just riff on all these other shonen, where it's like, okay, we gotta act tough, we gotta look really cool here. Look at this electricity I produce. Of course, Senku ain't gonna turn into a Super Saiyan, but he already has the hair of one. I do like how it ended with the electricity. I thought that was really fun. And here we are, although it was a little bit of a slower episode, I do like knowing that, hey, cotton candy in this Stone Age can probably lead people to do a lot of good things and maybe a lot of bad things, right? So, hey, come to our side. We'll give you the cotton candy because sugar is probably crazy addictive for them. And we saw that with the reactions. Kohaku, Suika, and the other cast in the episode. But guys, let me know what you thought about Dr. Stone, episode 20, The Age of Energy. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Once again, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more anime content. And as I always say, to be continued, take care.